fellow judges. We are Be More Nutritious. So why don't you be more healthy with Be More Nutritious? I am Henry, so this is Hayden, we got Caleb, and we have Brennan, our wonderful mentor, Andy.
Judges, we have a problem. Students are not getting appetizing and nutritious foods at their school lunches, and we see this in our everyday lunch and in surveys online. As you can see, we have these foods here that we took with our own phones and we see with our own eyes in our everyday lunches. And I know you guys would not want to see your kids eating these foods, because I know I wouldn't. So while everyone can give you a problem, we give you the solution. That's where you're voting for Be More Nutritious. The first step of the app here, as you can see, is a rating system, which allows the students to rate this system on a scale of 1 to 5. Second, they are able to add comments where something as simple as adding ranch to the Caesar salad or putting it on the side can help a student eat healthier today. The next part of our app is a ranking system, which is critical as schools and students want to achieve higher rankings. This means a magnet school like Baltimore City or Polytech in Baltimore City would want the highest ranking possible when competing with other schools. That's why they're going to prioritize this in order to receive the highest ranking possible. And finally, students will be able to add their own polls and menu items, meaning it's very interactive. That's where Be More Nutritious is key. There are other studies that are passive, but while Be More Nutritious is active, allowing students to poll, comment, and rate the lunches themselves. Our target audience is high school students in the Baltimore area, and these students generally have unappetizing and non-nutritious lunches.
Our Jewish values. So look, we want to we want to care for our body. So we want to recognize that we can make the good. So that we can make the good decisions. And these Jewish values guided us on this journey.
I'm going to talk to you about our revenue model. We're going to have 3 sources, and you can see here our one grade where we take time to make more money. Our first and primary method is going to be advertising. We've already reached out to local companies with the help of Andy Berger, like Ryan Snacks, who would be willing to advertise on our site as they're a healthy option for students. The other options would be local businesses looking to attract students to their sites. The second model will be a subscription model, which is 2-tiered. First, these schools, mostly private schools who can afford this model, will access a premium subscription where they can see insights into each student, where they're polling, and how to improve, as well as a model for the students where the students can access their other people's data. Finally, our third model will be selling the data to other companies who will also be our partners in advertising and will also give us free items which we can give to the students to incentivize them to use our app.
My teammate Caleb told you how we're going to make our money, but I'm going to be telling you where it's coming from, which is the over 227,000 kids enrolled in the Baltimore public school and private school city and county programs, and all their parents and the hundreds of schools that they represent. The parents want healthy and nutritious lunches for their kids so they can prosper in school. The schools want it because it'll improve their reputation and the morals of their students. And the kids want it because, as we found out from all of our interviews, who wants to eat a bad lunch during a busy and hard school day? Of course, we have competitors, but they've always had one disadvantage, and that was that they aren't us. We can see these flaws when we compare the features of our apps with theirs. Links Connects and lots of public school websites do have nutrition areas that talk about what the food has in it and their calories, but they don't have a health rating like us, which means you have no idea what these foods actually do to your body. On top of that, neither of them have a taste rating, meaning kids and adults have no idea how this food actually tastes. Links Connects doesn't have any commenting area, which means if you like the food or not, you can't tell them or any of your fellow classmates or anyone looking at the school. And public school websites separate the actual food items from their nutritional information, which makes it very hard to keep track of what you're looking at.
If you care about improving education, equity, health, and future generations, you're going to vote for Be More Nutritious. We can all address problems, but go to the root cause of your stress, of your anxiety, of all the problems in school. It's that people aren't eating their lunch, they're not eating healthy, and that affects future generations and every generation past that. Thank you.
So, why don't you be more healthy with Be More Nutritious?
We're ready for questions.
Good job, everybody. So, who was your end user?
Yeah, so our end user really is the students, right? Because right now, students are disgruntled. We've seen that through our interviews and through studies. But really the problem is they have nowhere to share this opinion. A student would have to email their board of directors on some school website. But with this, they can just take the app, make a comment in 5 seconds, and if they make enough comments, they can even receive their own free food.
I guess my question was maybe just a little different. Thank you for answering. But in terms of the end user, do you anticipate, how do you anticipate taking this information and incorporating it into, for example, the Baltimore County public school system or in the private school sector, the public school sector?
Gotcha. That's a really good question. So we can't really control what the schools do with the information we get. All we can do is provide them with key information, which the app provides that no other service provides, and then also giving a ranking system, encouraging them to improve their ranking.
Also, students and anyone enrolled in the app will be able to see other schools' rankings and their ratings, meaning it adds a kind of competition between the schools themselves to have the best reputation or ranking when they're appealing to new families.